Yeah. We are only 7 days into 2024, and I've already seen videos of Africans arguing with African Americans, black men and black women talking about how difficult it is to date one another, masculine and feminine energy, and all this other. When is everybody going to realize we as black people collectively around the fucking world do not have the luxury of constantly having these conversations? We do not have the luxury of constantly going back and forth with one another, bro. We don't. Why we are sitting there talking about 50-50, having diaspora wars, masculine and feminine fucking energy, the rest of the world has its foot on our necks. They are burying bodies behind prisons in Mississippi. There is slavery going on in Congo. Haiti is in hell. And we sitting there having these stupid ass conversations worried about each other. We don't have the luxury of being misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic, misandrous. We don't have the luxury of participating in all these things that are rooted in white supremacy. We need every single black person on this planet. We need all the help we can get. It doesn't matter where the fuck you come from. Africa, the Caribbean, America. It doesn't matter, bro. We are all in the same boat. These conversations are getting real old, bro. And then everybody wants to fucking cry and complain and wonder why we stay in the same position because we are sitting there arguing with each other about these stupid that don't fucking matter when we should all be focused on how we can all get on the same fucking page. Like, this shit is so fucking tiring, y'all. This shit is so fucking tiring, bro. Like, it's getting old as fuck, bro. It's really getting old as fuck. Everything that everybody is arguing about is rooted in white supremacy. We need to be focused more on how we can all get on the same page instead of how different we all are. Yes, we are not all a monolith, but we don't have the luxury of acting like it until we get our shit together, bro. We don't have that fucking luxury. And people can get mad and say all this other shit if they want to, bro. But at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, we need black women, we need black men, we need the black children, we need black people part of the LGBTQ community, we need Africans, we need Caribbeans, we need black Americans, we need everybody, bro. We don't have that. We don't have the fucking luxury, bro. The rest of the world has got their foot on our necks and they fucking hate us. We don't have the luxury of having this constant internal debacle and low-key civil war amongst each other over the stupidest shit, bro. We don't have that fucking luxury no more, bro. We have got to start coming to the realization that whether we like it or not, whether we may not all get along and we may not all believe in the same thing, grew up the same way, whatever the case may be, we got to find a way to get on the same fucking accord.
Like, we are so off track. It's insane just how off track we are as a people. It's insane just how distracted we are, easily distracted we are and can be as a people. Like, where do we find the strength to just be carrying on our heads things that are of no relevance to us, things that just don't help us move forward as a people? Where do we find the strength to just be perpetuating divide and conquer mentality that helps nobody? It's frustrating that we actively are working against our own good, and sad that we don't even see that we are doing this as a people collectively. Is it that we don't really understand the position we are as a people? That's why petty things that don't matter, it's easy for these things to take our attention like that and deviate us from the path we are supposed to be on. Like, what is wrong? One thing brother mentioned is the diaspora wars. When I see some of my people participate in diaspora war, I just look at these people and I shake my head because I'm like, I know these people get nothing from this. There is no gain. Nobody is paying them to do this. They do it for free. Just willingly out there, they come on the internet and they divide actively on the mission of dividing the global community into the different portions that they want to divide it into, and they do it for free. The way that thing, they bust my head, like I cannot fathom the rationale. Like, why are you doing this? There's got to be a reason. What is your end goal here? And what do you stand to gain? They gain nothing. They individually, the ones participating in the war, gain nothing. And all of us collectively in the global African black community gain nothing from this. But these people are just there on the war front of the diaspora war, actively warring. for no reason. It's got to be one of the stupidest. I don't even know if that's a word, but I will use it again. Diaspora wars have got to be one of the stupidest things we do as a people. Yes, I know I'm saying we in this video. I know not all of us participate in these insanities, but you guys get my meaning, right? Like, our world is in shambles, but what we are worrying about and arguing about is relationship rules. Like, so much is happening right now, but my people would rather be having 50-50 conversations on the internet. Who's supposed to pay the bill and who's supposed to be working? Who is traditional wife and who is not traditional wife? How African women are better than women in America? Again, another divide and conquer tactic. Because now, what are you trying to do? Talking about how African women are this and African American women are that, or Black American women are that. Like, trying to pit us women against each other. That's how I see it. Because I don't know what you mean. Talking about we are better. No, who is better than who? How? Why? Like, what are you doing? What's the purpose? Like, what are you trying to do here? Exactly. What exactly is your end goal when you say something like that? I look at people who saying things like this with side eye. Brother also mentioned the homophobia in our community. This is an aspect of the conversation that I want to dwell on a little bit. And I know when it comes to the topic of homosexuality, my people just don't want to hear it globally. This aspect of the conversation, some people might not really like it very much and it might piss some people off, but it is a conversation that we need to have. The conversation of, as a people, as a community, is homosexuality our biggest problem in this world? Or are we letting our homophobia distract us from what is actually important? This comment, but of course African people would not say it because, like I've said before, unfortunately, as a people we unanimously lack foresight. We cannot see beyond what is in front of us. That is why we continuously fall for whatever propaganda that is either coming from the West. We play into it and we help them achieve whatever it is they want to achieve here on the continent without even realizing it. Achieve things that always never benefits us. With the way Ugandans are excited with this new law, anti-homosexuality bill, Kiniko, you would think it's homosexuality that is the problem of Uganda. You would think now that they have created this law and criminalized homosexuality, their lives would all of a sudden become pancha. It's crazy to me the insane number of people we have on this continent that cares more about the hate that they have for a group of people than they care about having a better life for themselves. What I'm getting from this whole homosexuality situation that's presently going on is that Africans hate homosexuals more than they love themselves. Because if these people genuinely love and cares for themselves, if they truly want a better lives for themselves, when this whole homosexuality talk start, they'll be like, wait a minute, how homosexuality still affects the price of Gary in the market? How homosexuality still affects electricity? How homosexuality still affects our economy? How homosexuality still affects the fact, say, now the Naira is going to hell? How homosexuality... You understand? If these people genuinely love themselves, their priority will be very straight. But no, they hate homosexuals more than they love themselves. That's why when talk of homosexuals come, they forget everything they want in this life. Everything they're supposed to be focused on and focus on the homosexuals. You would think it's homosexuals that is the cause of their problem in this life. So much corruption going on this continent. These people have not sat down and drafted out an anti-corruption bill. People are coming into this continent to exploit the continent and exploit her people. These people have not sat down and drafted out an anti-exploitation of the continent and her people's bill. These people sat down, matured men and women, they were drafting out anti-homosexuality bill. When I think about it, my dada they lose. These people successfully pacified Africans with nothing. Africans across the continent are so excited. They are happy. Their minds just they sweet them. You would think we have achieved something on this continent. You would think the West have finally paid us reparation with the way these people are excited. Africans actually think they won right now. They think they were in some kind of battle with the big West and they won. What a joke. The whole continent obsessing over homosexuality. What I'm obsessed about is what was the West doing here in collaboration with our leaders while we were distracted and obsessing over homosexuality. You guys think you won when your life today is no different from your life yesterday. Make una the play. Like, our priorities are so misplaced, it's sad. It's painful to watch us just derailing the way we are. Reading some of the comments I got underneath that post, this sister said, the world looks at us like we are children mentally because we can't see beyond what's in front of us. This brother says, Nigeria did the same thing years ago to distract the masses from the real issues. How does what two consenting adults do improve or destroy your life? And I responded back to brother saying, ask those Nigerians that were jubilating then when Nigeria criminalized homosexuality, how that law has made their lives any better. This brother Manly Blaze says, was it not Uganda that recently discovered a mineral worth trillions of dollars? Perfect distractions if you ask me. Then someone responded to him saying Total, a French oil company, is constructing a pipeline in Uganda that will displace thousands of Africans. Manly Blaze responded back to this person saying, imagine, they keep distracting the masses instead of tackling the real issues. And no, I'm not trying to make anyone or force anyone to accept homosexuality. Personally, I am for each and every one of my brothers and sisters, regardless of their sexuality. So as someone who is set in her way on this particular matter, I understand that other people out there are set in their way as well on this particular matter. But what I'm trying to highlight here, in collaboration with this good brother of ours, what we are trying to make our people see is that our homophobia actually works against us and not for us. Because there are bigger fishes to fry. There are other battles that we are supposed to be focusing all our energy on right now so we can come out of these battles victorious. But we are letting homophobia distract us from these battles, from things that are actually important. Sometime last year, November, I believe it was, yes, November, some people organized some school children so they can go protest against LGBT in Nigeria. Nigeria. Hey, this country is a very big joke. So I just watched the video where those students came out protesting against LGBT. So let me get this straight. Of all of the problems where they this country, of all of the issues where full ground remain for Nigeria, that they could have arranged these children, organized them, rallied them around to protest for. Problems like, I don't know, free education, like, I don't know, quality education, like, I don't know, free healthcare, like, I don't know, quality healthcare, like, I don't know, constant electricity for a change. They did not see anything like that to organize these children to protest for in Nigeria. It's LGBT. LGBT is our number one problem in Nigeria. You've got to be kidding me. We are literally watching in real time the reason why our so-called present-day leaders are incompetent. Why our so-called present-day leaders don't have their priorities straight. Because yes now, look at our so-called leaders of tomorrow. Are you guys seeing what they are teaching them to prioritize? The trouble where we there, we never realize them yet. We are in deep soup in this country. we don't know what's going on. While kids in other parts of the world are in school learning about important things and preparing for the future. They are learning about our resources, how to mine them and how to put them into good use to not only help themselves, but their economy at large. Our kids are protesting against LGBT. Go and ask those children to list 10 minerals. They probably cannot, but they have carried LGBT for the front of their heads. And somebody will come and tell me the future is bright. Where? You see this problem so of bad leaders, incompetent leaders, we created it. These leaders did not come from thin air. They were not dropped from the sky. They were part of this immediate society that we are in. We created exactly the kind of people that they are. We sowed this seed. We are reaping it. Our hand, they. See the seed we are sowing now. Are you people seeing it? So when these children finally grow up and they man that seat, president seat, government seat, local government chairman seat, all of these political power seats, when they finally sit on them seats and they're incompetent, let us remember we created them. Let us remember that in their foundational years, it was us who did not teach them how to prioritize things that are important. Let us not forget that when we finally have kids and our kids are still living in this shithole that we are living in right now, that the reason why the shithole still exists is because we created the people who made sure that this shithole remains a shithole. What this particular protest proves, and the videos of this protest that are presently circulating the internet, what they prove is that as a people, we never suffer rich. It proves that suffer never tire us. We haven't suffered enough. Because if we don't suffer rich, if suffer don't tire us, then we go know exactly where they pain us. Our roads are not good. We want to gather children to protest this LGBT. Basket of tomato now much for market, but want to protest is LGBT. And you want to tell me that you are suffering? Nah. When we are suffering, I will know. Like, the whole thing is just so sad and embarrassing. We act like we have not suffered enough. Like, we act like we never see shege reach from these people's hand. That's why we have the time to be so focused on irrelevant issues.
It's just not in me, bro. And best believe that there's been times that I've wanted to give up. There's times that I felt hopeless, that I just stopped caring. But at the end of the day, I realized you just got to pace yourself, man. If you don't, you're going to lose your mind and crash the fuck out. And no matter how passionate I am, I understand realistically at the end of the day that shit not going to change in a year, 5 years, 10 years. I may be 75 years old before any of the things I've spoken about actually come to fruition. But I can't sit here and do nothing. It's just not in me. I may be idealistic. I may be naive. I damn near might be fucking crazy. Who fucking knows? But I can't live my life without trying to make some type of impact that will help my people, no matter how big or small that is. And maybe I don't make an impact at all, but hopefully I can be the spark that lights the fire in others that can make that change. And I know there's a lot of ignorance in the community, and there's a lot of people that feel hopeless and are scared. And I also understand that you can't put the expectations you have of yourself onto other people. Some people don't have the mental capacity for it. Some people genuinely just don't care. And you have to work with what you got. When I make these videos, I'm not talking to the people that are already gone. You have to leave them where they at. But for those that may feel hopeless or may be scared, hopefully when they see the light at the end of the tunnel, they can come and join as well. But at the end of the day, there's nothing an individual within the Black community can do that'll ever change my mind about the collective. I love my people too much, and I would rather stand for something and die for nothing, man.
So the comment says, bro, just give up. You're going to stress and lose years trying to fix that broken community. Worry about you and yours, because the Black community is dead. And I want to add this video excuse me, to the conversation, because this is something that I've had people tell me directly. This is something that I've had people tell me in comment sections. Exactly how brother feel and responded to this comment is how I have responded to the comments. Too many people have given up, and that's one of the reasons why we are still where we are as a people. If we are going to keep it 100, focus on you and yours part. Like, that part really got to me, because how I feel, I've always had this all or nothing mentality. It's either we are all there or we are not there. It's either we are all fed or we are not fed. It's either we all have our thirsts quenched or we all just stay thirsty. Like, this focus on you is just too individualistic for me, and I am a community person, and brother is too, obviously a community person, right? If I give up, the next person gives up, everybody gives up, we don't get nowhere. We don't become better. We just don't, get ourselves to where we are supposed to be as a people. So I am of the mentality of, let me bring my drop. I'm not going to worry about who's not bringing their drop. but I'm going to hope that other people eventually are going to bring their drop, and we're eventually all going to have this big cup of water that we are all going to drink from. +1 is very different from -1. So I hope that we are going to get more pluses. I hope that we are going to get more people willing to come in with their drops, and let's get ourselves there. So for me, I'm constantly like this. I constantly want to keep hope alive, constantly staying optimistic, right? Because that's what we need right now. The negativity is not going to help us get anywhere. The giving up is not going to help us get anywhere. If the people before us were giving up and constantly were like, oh, it's too much. These slave masters, I'm not sure we can ever defeat them. These colonizers, I'm not sure we can ever win against these people. Let all of us just rest. We would not be here. So I'm not going to let those people who did all of that to get us to where we are as a people, I'm not going to let all of that hard work go to waste and give up. We should, tap into the energy, tap into the strength, tap into the power that they use, and use that same energy, power, and strength, add our own to it, and get us even further as a people, right? That's how we are all supposed to be thinking. But yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. And before ending this video, I want to say a very big Happy New Year to each and every one of us. We are still going to continue the great work that we do on this channel. Please, let's, stay focused in unity and in love. We need one another. Let's not be distracted. Let's stay on course, stay on the path, and get ourselves there as a people. I'm so glad to see us all this year. I hope all our dreams come true, all our goals, objectives, we meet them all. Yeah, we go there home. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Do let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. And yeah, let's continue the conversation down below there. Bye, and again, Happy New Year.
I really wanted to address this because this is a very valid point, and I feel like it's a small disconnect between my message in the video and what people are really receiving it as. First off, I understand the frustration and hesitation Black women, Black trans people, Black people part of the LGBTQ community, Black queer people, Black disabled people have when it comes to these conversations, because y'all voices are consistently silenced, even though y'all have consistently put in the work to help the Black community. I am not saying in that video that there needs to be some blind unity within the community. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying in that video is that we can't even address these issues if people can't change their mindset before they even come to the table and sit down and have a conversation. The problem is everybody has their mind made up. We can't even give each other grace. We can't even try to give each other a fresh start. We got one foot in the past and we're trying to push forward to the future. And that's the biggest problem. Like, I understand people have this idea of what has historically happened, but the biggest thing I'm trying to say is that everybody needs to be able to come to the table, give each other grace, and genuinely hear each other out for us to move forward. But for us to even be able to sit down and have that conversation, we have to understand that all the things that divide us, whether it's racism, sexism, misogyny, classism, whatever the fucking case may be within the Black community, is all rooted within white supremacy. And I feel like if people can understand that concept, then we'll be able to sit down, have conversations, give each other grace, and be able to actually get some shit done and move forward as a people. Also, I hear a lot of people talking about we need a leader. We don't need a leader. We need leaders. We don't need a leader. We don't need to have this one Messiah-like person that can just easily get taken out and then everything falls apart like it historically always has. We need to create a roundtable discussion where everybody is well represented within the community and we can have these open conversations about what is the best way to move forward.